Hey there, welcome back to a month of happiness with Miss Mollie's Kitchen. And today I have a very interesting person that reached out to me who is a part of an amazing organization in the state of Nevada, and that was Dr. T. Now we have a soon-to-be Dr. T, who is Tony Marino. So ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you soon-to-be Dr. T, Dr. Tony Marino, and thank you so much for coming.
Of course. Yeah, thank you for having me today.
So let me ask you something. How did you get into chiropractic?
Well, originally I was going to pharmacy school, and I shadowed a chiropractor in my area. At the time I was living in Missouri. And after watching how much he cared for his patients and his patients cared about him, I fell in love with the profession, and I decided I didn't want to do anything else.
Well, okay, so since your life recipe is about helping people with their pain and their back and also inflammation and functionality of the body, we're going to talk about your life recipe as ingredients and food. So I'm making an organic cookie bar. Now, in my book, right, that I signed to you, and here you are.
Thank you so much.
There is a cookie bar that can be made into an actual cookie called Ma Creations cookie.
Okay.
So it, M-A-H, those are my initials, so I call it Ma Creations.
Clever.
So now we're doing an organic cookie bar that's good, it's great. So I just wanted to improvise because I may be getting into a new book here soon. Okay. So I'm going to have you help me make this cookie bar, okay?
That sounds great.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you whip up these eggs. So take that off. You take the sugar, the toppings off of that. I'm going to put together the flour mixture now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all organic, real stuff, okay? Real butter, everything. And guess what? I have to tell you, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, no, of course.
And I have a special gift for you because I had a little secret, ladies and gentlemen, that you have a new office coming up.
Yes, I do.
And I have something I want to give to you. Okay.
Oh, wow.
That
You did not have to. Thank you.
Well, you know what? It's just what I do for people. And because you came over all this way to do this food show, I love helping community. And so just enjoy it. And I will put this in here. I'll come back here for you.
Thank you. This color is one of my favorite colors.
I figured you're kind of close to your office colors, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let me get that going. Let me take this from you. How's your coffee going?
Coffee's going great.
Good. All right, well, come on, let's dig in. Now, I got to get my gloves on, so you start that. This is COVID cooking now.
COVID cooking.
Okay. Let me see if I have something here. I do. Can you believe you're in Mollie's kitchen?
Yeah, I cannot believe I'm in Mollie's kitchen.
I can't believe you're cooking in here.
I can't believe I'm cooking in general.
Oh, good. Well, listen, they're real easy. They're fun for a party, office party. How about that?
That sounds great.
Well, listen, I had a specific question for you while you're doing that, okay? And I'm going to move this bowl over for you. So I want to know, what is the... Let me see this. This is a question I had for you. Okay, what is the bucket theory? I've never heard of the bucket theory. I want to know about this theory.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
So I'm going to actually show it using a cup of coffee, if that's okay.
Yes, go, do it.
So the bucket theory is a concept I learned from a chiropractor in Santa Barbara called Adam Harcourt. He treats mainly migraines and concussions.
Really?
And I took his concept and I'm using it for different parts of patient care. So the bucket theory is basically this, and we'll use a cup for demonstration. A person's nervous system is like a bucket, and things in their life fill that bucket. And it could be stress from work or life. It could be motions that they do at work repetitively. It could be bad posture. It could be the food that they eat. And all those things fill up their bucket. And their bucket hits the rim, and once it starts overflowing, that's when they start feeling that pain.
Now, is that inflammation?
It is inflammation.
Okay, so this bucket, it's interesting. the bucket theory is about inflammation in the body.
Yes.
Based on all the elements that cause the inflammation.
Yes, and inflammation, what it does is it causes basically your nervous system to be at brink.
Yes.
And at that level, when you fill it up more, you start feeling your pain. So there's two ways with the bucket theory that you can care for a person and reduce their pain. One, you can increase the size of that bucket.
Yeah.
And by doing that, and you do that by slowly getting them used to those motions again. So
Okay.
building tolerance.
Got it.
So that's a big thing we do in chiropractic. Another thing is we teach them how to reduce the things that they do to fill that bucket. And that comes with lifestyle advice,
Okay.
giving them great books like the one you have.
Thank you.
And
What touched you about my book? What popped out at you?
I would say, I believe it's on day 30.
Okay.
You talked about loving yourself. And
Aw,
I
thank
feel
you.
that concept in general
Yes.
is big for a lot of people. I think when people begin to start truly loving themselves, they start
Yes.
paying more attention to their health
Yes.
and more attention to the people around them who love them back.
Yes, because we have to. Now I'll tell you, I wrote that book because I lost someone that I loved. Okay, and it was cancer. So he was a prominent attorney, sports entertainment attorney, and I wrote that book, ladies and gentlemen, to get me through loss. And it was self-talk and talk about exercise, the inflammation of sitting in a car, or say you're sitting at your desk, or whatever the case may be. Body, soul, mind, and spirit. That's why I say pray at the end. Try a few mental messages for your soul and then pray. But the inflammation, let's talk about fascia tissue
Okay.
that gets knotted in the body. Okay.
You want me to speak a little bit?
Yeah, I'm gonna just do this. I'm gonna cook for you, okay?
Yeah, of course. So
Because I want to hear more about the fascia in the body, in the knots, in the inflammation in your bucket theory.
that is great. Actually, I have very close friends who are very passionate about fascial work. So fascia is like mesh. It's,
Yeah.
it's like a web fiber that surrounds your muscles, your nervous tissue. It's between the layer of everything in your body to help it glide across itself properly. But usually with things like posture or with repetitive motions, what
Yes.
you do is you build fascial connections that cause restrictions, and they can also cause pain. And so it's when people start having these and they're wondering what's causing that pain, and it's because what they've done is they've built crust, fascial crust is what I like to call it. So you need to then work on breaking down that crust, and some people do that using those rollers.
Yes,
some people do
the
that
foam
with-
rollers are great, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
For breaking down that fascia, that knot that gets stuck, whether it's in your legs, your arms, your back, even the back. Great for accidents, injuries in the car,
Exactly.
injuries, sports injuries. I've had them in my right knee. So I still love Zumba, like Dr. T
Dr.
teaches
T loves
Zumba.
Zumba, yeah.
And the Pilates, which is good for his scoliosis he's had over the years. Exercise is key. And it's hard, but we just got to do it, like taking care of you, right?
Exactly.
We all have to take care of you. We have to learn how to love us in order to love other people. Okay, now I want to tell you about food
Okay.
and life, right? And the body. So this flour, I'm going to have you do this. This will be the easy part.
Okay.
So here, this is baking soda, the wheat flour. That is actual sea salt. So it's a half teaspoon of sea salt and then that. So
Sounds good.
let's talk about inflammation in food, okay?
Okay.
So the baking soda and the flour, think of it as an inflaming because this is gonna make the cookie rise,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
That's
Here.
okay. We'll just do this. So here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna take the spatula.
Okay.
Now, that's good. Everything's kind of mixed well, and you want to do that so that things rise properly, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so look here. So take this.
Okay.
All right, and if you need to move your coffee, I'm going to move the coffee. So what we're going to do, oh, and you know what? Did I put that in here? I don't think I did. We got to make sure we get real vanilla. Now, the real vanilla is real important because the flavor of it has more consistency than the imitation vanilla. And this is the real McCoy, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
So here, look, let's get this in here. Now, so we're going to fold this, the sugar, the butter, and the vanilla, and the eggs in here. And then we're going to put the chocolate chips in here, okay?
Okay.
Now, there's all kinds of little things that you can do. You can add, ginger is good for circulation. And also, so I like, if you like that, you can put a touch in there, okay? Or cinnamon.
Cinnamon has a lot of very good anti-inflammatory properties, and it's also great
Really?
for weight loss.
Well, hey, so next time you cook this recipe, I'll have it in your basket.
Okay.
So you can make it, and you can put in whatever you want to. You can put almonds, you can put white chocolate, you can put cranberries, you can put cherries would be good too.
Yeah.
Bits of cherries in my recipe in my book.
Okay.
I have that. I have a little rum and bits of cherries in there and some pecans. Okay, so take that, just like you're folding clothes, mix it up just like that. Yeah? All right, I'm gonna put this over here. So this, to me, is the good stuff. So think of the balance and the functionality of your body in the bucket theory. It's interesting, people who are in different professions, whether they're doctors, lawyers, sports professionals, camera people, producers, we have to exercise. Otherwise, we have to end up going to a chiropractor. And I know, because when I was in my first stroke, I was 21. I had to go to a chiropractor. I love my chiropractor because when you're stretching and maneuvering, it's a temporary thing for a little while, but you have to consistently come see you
Over
to
time.
feel better, right? How long do you think it takes?
It really depends, just kind of like with fascia work. So the bigger those.
You want me to finish?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
here.
can.
Here, drink your coffee
All
while
right,
you're.
thank you.
There you go.
Leave it to the professionals.
All right, sweet, you got it.
So
Let's talk more
Yeah, no,
about
of
that.
course. So you can see as an adjustment as a deep fascial work, right?
Yeah.
So because you have the fascia between the joints in your body.
Yes.
You have the fascia between the bones in your spine. And
Yes.
so on top of focusing our work on the discs in those joints, we also focus it on the fascia.
Okay.
So depending on how restricted your body is, or how restricted your body is, it will determine how much care is required.
So let's say, for instance, I have scoliosis. Tell me about that.
So that would depend on whether your scoliosis is caused by anatomy or by functionality. So whether it's the things in your life that are causing your scoliosis, like what you're doing, you're cooking all the time. So I know you have your favorite cooking hand.
Yeah, my right hand.
And so while you're doing that, what you're doing is you're building muscle habits that are giving you scoliosis. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But there's different levels. So I wouldn't call everything a scoliosis. There's a specific number to technically call something scoliosis. But there's functional scoliosis, which is less severe but can still cause pain.
Here, you can dump the chocolates in here.
Of course.
Okay, just dump them in. All the way. There you go. Okay, so relate types of food to the audience that are good for lessening the inflammation in the body.
Okay. Yeah, of course. See, avocados are great because you have your omega-3s there. A lot of sources of omega-3s will be great for you. Coconut oil is a good one.
I like coconut oil.
Eggs to a degree.
Okay.
And obviously your vegetables, but you're talking about your short-term carbs. So, cucumbers, spinach, lettuce, tomatoes, fruits and vegetables. A lot of it is things, in America, I believe the big problem is the things that keep out of your diet, where people are getting their inflammation. They're eating a lot of trans fats, saturated fats, from cheese, from processed gluten, and all those things are causing inflammation.
So what would you advise people to do with their dietary habits? Let's say they come in and they have been in a horrible wreck. And they've been hit on, I was hit on my left side. So at 21, my body was still, they say women mature in the body and the brain up until 25. So how long do you go with that injury? Your whole life? Or what is that?
You're talking about
An injury to the body.
An injury to the body. So the human body is resilient. It's one of the most resilient things you know can happen.
Can you hold that for me?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
And so injuries do not have to stay with you forever. Some injuries, depending on whether they've torn anything or they cause future traumas that are harder to heal, might take a longer time. But overall, that's an answer that's specific to each person.
Each person. Okay. So to kind of wrap this up,
Yeah.
I want to tell people how to reach you. I mean, what's the new address? Do you even know that? Or do you have a current address right now where you work out of? How people would reach you?
Yeah, of course. So the best way to reach us would be one, going to Google or Yelp and typing up Chiropractic. You'll find our website, our email, our phone number.
So what is your address?
The address for the address?
Yeah. Tell the ladies and gentlemen.
So
what the address is.
it's 1091 Cimarron Road,
Okay.
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Okay.
I cannot remember the zip
And
code.
what's the number, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah. So currently we do not have a number for the office. We're still, because it's still opening up. But the best way to reach us would be through Yelp. You can call the main office in Summerlin currently. Or you can, if you have a question specifically for me.
For soon to be Dr. Tony Marino.
Yeah. What you can do is email anthonymarinodc@gmail.com.
Okay, so after the show, I'll get my editor to make sure we put your number, your website, and how to reach you right now.
Okay.
And I can't wait to see the new office, and I get to show you, ladies and gentlemen, the final product that you get to take home.
Yeah, can't wait.
So here we go, just a minute. Now these are easy bars. Now, look here. So these are going in the oven for 25 minutes for 375. Really easy. So I'll show you this. And you know what I do? Here's a little secret tip. I take a butter knife, right? Dinner knife, and I cut these right out as soon as they get out of the oven because it's easy to get a square. So you get like 15.
Okay.
And you're gonna help me bag these up in your bag.
Of course.
Okay, hold on just a minute and I'll get it for you.
Oh, that looks great.
I know. Here. This is your colors of the new office. See? Is that show and tell? Okay, so here. This is an easy thing to get. I love this pie scooper because look here. Now the butter, these were just baked.
Oh, they come off just easy.
You see, the real butter, if you look here, right? This is so much better than grease, which is bad for you. Any of the sprays, they're going to burn the pan, whether it's aluminum or glass.
Okay.
So you always want to use a little pie scooper. These are fresh, literally out of the oven, probably about 15 minutes ago. That's why I get here a little early. So they just scoop right out, just like that. So what you can do, I put a little liner of wax paper. So you just put those in there, and I'm going to put these in the oven.
Okay. I just drop them in?
Yeah. And then you get to take them home to your family.
Oh my. Oh,
Or the
thank
office, or whichever.
you. Yeah, thank you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have had a wonderful guest. Soon to be doctor, let me correct myself. Soon to be Dr. Tony Marino. And you go by Anthony for
Yes,
A?
I do go by Anthony.
I know why you go by Anthony for A because it's in the first letter of the alphabet in the book.
Yeah.
I
Usually
know.
come first on alphabetical order.
Yes. Okay, you might want to use two hands.
Yeah, for this.
There you go. I'll put that right there. Now, I always say at the end of the show, just like we were talking about self-love and self-talk, is keep perfecting your life recipe every day. That means every day. Every second, every minute, every hour. One day at a time. And thank you again so much for coming.
Thank you.
Bye, ladies and gentlemen.